Hello everyone. Today I am going to derive the formula of trapezium rule, Simpson's 1 by 3, Simpson's 3 by 8 by the Newton-Cotes formula. First of all, we will derive the formula of the trapezium rule. Trapezium rule, when we put the value of n is equal to 1 into the Newton's Cotes formula, then we get the derived formula of the trapezium rule. Here, these are the Newton's Cotes formula. These are the three Newton's Cotes formula. I is equal to h summation I is equal to 0 to n y1 cyn, and this is the second formula cin is equal to 0 to n liu and du, and this is the third formula liu is equal to u minus 1 u dot u minus I plus 1 and dot into u minus I minus 1 dot u minus n divided by I into I minus 1 into dot I minus n. This is the general formula of the codes. In this formula, if we put the value of n equal to 1 in this formula, then we get the formula of the trapezium. And here we put the n equal to 1 in this formula. If we put the value n is equal to 1 here, then we get this expanded form. I is equal to h into y0 plus y1 into c11, and now separately calculate the value of c01 and c11. In this formula we will apply the value n is equal to 1 means I is equal to 0 here. I value is 0. So 0 to 1. How we will calculate this 0 to 1 means 0 to 1. We will apply this limit 0 to 1 and 1 in this formula. Then after I will calculate this formula. Then this is the expanded form of this. Then I minus u into du. Then after this we will integrate this. After integrating we will get this. Then we will put the value of limit, and then we get the half as answer. Then after this we will calculate the C11 again applying this formula we get this with the guess this, and again we will here perform the integration, or after performing integration we apply the limit, then we get the half. After getting this C01 value and C11 value, we will put the value of C01 and C11 into this, then we get the then we get then we will get this I is equal to h by 2 into y0 plus y1. This is the formula we get when we put the value of n is equal to 1. This is the formula of the trapezoidal, and if we see the general formula, then we get this general formula I is equal to h by 2 into y0 plus yn plus 2 summation I is equal to 1 to n minus 1 into y0 means so like 2 into y1 plus 2y1 plus 2y2 plus 2y3 dot 2yn minus 1. Okay, here this is the general formula. Now let's see the algorithm of the trapezoidal. For the first step, we start and read the value of lower limit and the upper limit and the number of sub-interval b1 number of sub-interval. After we will calculate the step h value. How will calculate the value of h? The formula of calculating the value of h is equal to v minus means upper limit minus the lower limit divided by number of term n, and again then we initialize the sum is equal to f of a plus f of b to include the endpoint values. Okay, and next iterate the loop I is equal to 1 to n minus 1 and compute the value x is equal to a I plus 1. Compute the value of x and add 2 f of x to the sum, and add 2 f of x to the sum. Then in the next step we will multiply h by 2 into sum and print the sum as a result, and stop here. Now let's see the code of the trapezoidal. Here this is the code, and first of all we include the library method, and here we take the input of the input f 1 divided by 1 plus x square. Then we start here and we take the value variable I and n a b c. We define the variable integer, enter the lower limit, we take the lower limit here into the a and take the upper limit into the b, and here we take the number of sub interval n, and here we calculate the value of h, and we calculate the value of sum f of a or f of b. Okay, and then here we calculate all the value. Here we calculate the value of x is equal to a plus ih. Then add the sum plus 2, multiply of 2 with each term, with each value of this term. And here after this loop, when we return this loop, then after we will integrate, we will calculate the integral. How this is the formula h by 2 into the sum, then print the value of this integral, and this integral our answer. And this is all the step that is I have explained earlier. Now, let's see for the let the Simpson's 1 by 3 rule from the Newton's cotes formula. In this, we put the n, when we put the value of n is equal to 2 into the Newton's cotes formula, then we get the formula of Simpson's 1 by 3. Here we put the value of n is equal to 2 in the formula, then in the first formula, then we get this. If now calculate the value of C02, C12, C22. Here we calculate the value of this. When we calculate the value of C02, for C02 we will get the U minus 1, U minus 2 divided by 0 minus 1, 0 minus 2, and after integrating this and applying the limit, we get the 1 by 3. And C12, when we calculate the C12, then we get this U minus 0, U minus 2, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 2, and after integrating this and applying the limit, we get the 4 by 3. And C22, 0 to 2, apply the limit and calculate the third formula here. We get this U minus 0, U minus 1, 2 minus 0, 2 minus 1, and du, and after applying this integration or the limit, we get 1 by 3. And then after calculating these values, we will put the values in this formula. Putting the value, we get this I is equal to h into 1 by 3 by 0 plus 4 by 3 by 1 plus 1 by 3 by 2. And this is the formula of the Simpson's 1 by 3. And this is the formula written here. Let's see the algorithm of the and this is the general formula. This is the general formula h by 3 by 0 plus by 1. This is first term, this is last term, and this is equal to sum. Sum is equal to by 0 plus by n. Okay? Plus, and we will multiply the odd term by 4 and multiply the even term by 2. This is the main concept here. The if we tell in the simple term that what is the formula, like h by 3 into h by 3, then apply the bracket by 0 plus by n plus multiply each odd term with 4 and multiply each even term by 2. This is a simple trick to learn the formula. Now let's see the algorithm of this. First of all, we will read the lower limit and upper limit and the number of subinterval. Then again check if n is an even number. If not, terminate the program in Simpson 1 by 3 not required. Even the if the value of n is not even, then we will not check. We will end here, and in the third step, we will calculate the value of h is equal to b minus a upon n, and initialize the sum f of a into means lower limit plus upper limit summation is equal to we will put the summation of lower limit plus upper limit into the sum, and in the next step we will iterate the loop for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1. Then we will calculate the value of x is equal to a plus ih. Then multiply each even odd term with 4, and each and we check if I is equal to even, then we multiply by 2, and if I is equal to odd, then we will multiply by 4. And this is written here, and the compute the, and after this we multiply h by 3 with sum and return this result. Now let's see the now Let's see the Simpsons 3 by 8. Simpsons 3 by 8. In Simpsons 3 by 8, if we put the value n is equal to 3 in the Newton's code formula, then we get the Simpsons 3 by 8 formula. And here in this first formula, we apply n is equal to 3, then we will get this. We will there get this h into by 0 c0 3 by 1 plus c1 3 by 2 c2 3 plus by 3 c3 3. Here when we calculate the value of c0 3, we will we get 3 by 2, c1 3 we get the 9 by 8, c2 3 we get the 9 by 8, c3 3 we get the 3 by 8. Or after calculating the value, these values, we will put these value into this formula. When we put the value of this term into this formula, then we get this. Then we get this. And after solving this to the simple, then we get this. We get this. I is equal to 3 by 8, 3h divided by 8 into by 0 plus 3 by 1 plus 3 by 2 plus by 3. Okay. Let's see the general formula. Let's see the This is the general formula. This is the general formula of the Simpson 3 by 8. Here, this is a sum by 0 plus by n plus if the I is equal to I is not divisible by 3, then we multiply the term with 3. If I is the multiple of 3, then we multiply the term with 2. Okay, and this is the general formula. Let's see the algorithm. Let's see the algorithm. First of all, we will start and read the value of a and b and end and check if n is divisible by 3, then we will proceed ahead. Otherwise, we will not. We will terminate here, and then the calculate the value of h b minus a divided by n, and in this sum we will calculate the sum is equal to f of a f of b first term and the last term, and in this we will iterate the loop for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, and here we calculate the value of x is equal to a plus ix, then and then add 3 f of x if I not divisible by 3, and 2 f of x if I is multiple of 3, and add it to the sum, and after we will multiply 3 by 8 h 3 by 3h divided by 8 into the sum and display the result. Let's see the code of the Simpson 3 by 8. Let's here we will take the function and void main. Here void main. This is the starting of the program. Here we take the variable a b h x sum, and here the take the lower limit. Here we take the upper limit. Here we take the interval multiple of 3, and scanf means store the number of term into the n. If the n divisible by 3 does not divisible by 3, print error n must be multiple of n and return we will return from here. Other if the n is multiple of 3, we will go ahead and calculate the value of h is equal to b minus a divided by h, and we will store f of a plus f of b into the sum. Here we will iterate this loop for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1. Here we calculate the value of x is equal to a plus ih. If I divisible by 3, then we multiply the function with 2 and add to the sum. Else, if I not divisible by 3, then we multiply 3 into the f of x, and after calculating this whole loop, we will be here and multiply 3h divided by h into the sum, and then after we will print the value of integral, and this will be our answer. Now let's see the Weedle's rule. Let's see the Weedle's rule. When we put the value n is equal to 6 into the Newton's code formula, Then we get into the cotes formula. Into the cotes formula, Newton's cotes formula. When we put the value of n is equal to 6 into the Newton cotes formula, then we get the Weedle's rule. Then we get the Weedle's rule. Here we put the value and get this term and get this I is equal to h into y0 c06 by1 plus c16 plus by2 c26 plus by3 c36 plus by4 c46 by5 c56 by6 c66, or after calculating the value of c06 we get 1 by 20 c16 5 by 20 626 1 by 20 636 6 by 20 646 1 by 20 656 5 by 20 6 by 6 c66 by is equal to 120, and after putting this value into this formula we get this. Okay, this is the formula of Beadle's rule, and this is the final formula, and this is all about the Simpsons 3 by 8, Simpsons 1 by 8, Beadles, and the trapezoidal rule. Thank you everyone.